So, sorry about that. We are back in here with our Planet Coaster series as we are going to be working on our our river rapids today. So, we got a lot of stuff done in the last episode, or last week, I guess, really, in terms of getting this cave system done, our little Medusa cave. As you can see, there she is right there, coming around the corner of these things. I think it turned out pretty good. Yes, I know the lights are floating, but you're not going to be able to see that from the boat, so I'm not going to stress about it. Coming into the tunnel, just a bunch of destroyed shit, and then there's little Medusa bitch, right, or lady right there. So we got that part done, along with this lift tunnel, because I wanted to kind of hide it from the peak viewpoint right there. I know we're going to have foliage and some rock work, obviously continuing all the way around there, but I wanted to still try and kind of hide it off, so you just don't see them going up directly like that. That's really about it. That's the only reason kind of why we did that. So, where are we going to get started on today? We do have to finish up a lot of the decorating going on around here, and so we are probably... I've got this guy floating up here. I just really like that thing. There he goes. Smash. Come on. There. Smash again. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was looking at while thinking about putting this right here. More or less at the end. Well, this is a rapid section, and yeah, it gradually goes downhill right there, but that's pretty much the end of it. So, let's kind of figure out where we can work on the queue, which we are going to have to get done. But I kind of want to get a lot of the other work, foliage work and stuff done coming around this way. Because up here, we can do the foliage right there, just to kind of block off the edge. And I'll mix in some rocks. I don't want to put too many of them on the outside section, because this is also going to pretty much be pure foliage and stuff like that down here as well. So we're going to try to keep stuff from hiding. We're going to try to hide this, the little, just the track, the tunnel track, whatever you'd call this little basin portion. We're going to try our best to kind of hide that pretty much for most of this whole ride. So, alright, let's get started with busting out some of our scenery. Now, actually I need to, it's not going to be that, it's going to be foliage. Foliage here. It's not scenery, it's nature region. Alright, so we're going tropical, and what's it called? The other one. Alright, so first thing I need to get a line to surface off. Let's take that off first. In reality, I'm going to do this. That would actually do a pretty damn good job of hiding. It actually does. I like that a lot. that works. But see, you find something that works, and you stick with it. It is getting a little close right there on that piece. I'm going to kind of be careful with that. I don't really want it. I'm trying to hide it from the outside point, obviously if you're on the ride, you're going to know, hey, we're on this little track piece, but just trying to hide it from the outside. So I don't want too much of the leaves and all that stuff to kind of fall into it, as it generally can tend to do, like right there. So that's just the purpose behind that. And our bit rate fell again. Gotta love it. Why is it gotta be doing it? And it's back. I don't know. It might be my computer. I need to get it cleaned. It's starting to get heated up a little bit while playing this game, so I'll have to keep a watch on that. Alright. Yeah, just getting these things in. It still says bitrate is low. What are we running at here? Oh, crap, let me see if I can pull this up. It says it's unstable. Why are you being unstable today? It says there's no unstable event. Alright. I don't know what it's doing. It's begging me. I'm not liking it. Alright, well, we'll get over that. I'll deal with it later. Not much I can do about it right now unless I just want to end it, which I don't, because I want to get this work done. Maybe that's selfish, so be it. It doesn't interrupt that exit path too much. So that's also believable to see him. Alright, so if I got that portion coming around here. Let me see. What rocks can I put in there? And you want to have something, right? Once again, placing stuff like these rocks, this is more for the outside perspective, not the people on the ride. So, I'm gonna, oh my god, pretty much gonna just kind of think about it from the viewpoint from the people down here instead of, you know, the people on the actual ride. Yeah, putting that one right there in some random spots actually does work. I'm surprised by that a little bit. That's not too bad. Alright, so now we're going to continue with the with doing the little tree movements. Getting that brought on down. Yes, I know you saw a Planet Coaster live stream. You're like, man, this is going to be intense and exciting. Right? But let's face it, that's just not how it works. I'll keep that there. So I'm going to go through, and trust me, I will be adding some more foliage and stuff to this segment. I really just kind of wanted to get stuff mapped out a little bit. Mainly just so we could have an idea, because there's going to be more than just these trees and rocks, right? Like, we're going to have, boom, big ass damn fern trees and all that shit. So yeah, it's going to be pretty well filled. Oh my god, stupid ass coaster. It's going to be pretty well filled in, coming all the way around. So some of the stuff I'm definitely going to do off camera. One, it's pretty tedious and kind of boring work. But two, I don't know, it's just going to be a lot to try to get done in one stream. And I'm really only doing this right now because my wife's getting her nails did up. So, alright. Let's see. I know at one point I had talked about making this kind of area right here like a little pool type setup. You know, you can filter water in and out. I don't think I'm actually going to do that. Kind of decided against it. But I am going to go through and put in a lot of damn bushes. What the hell is that? Yeah, very purple. Pink. Let's see, what other bushes are there? Oh my goodness, yeah, this is probably about perfect. Because I do, right now, I don't want it to be completely, you know, like, basically build like a temple kind of setup. Not yet. I think I might double check over here where we have this little drop at right there. And yeah, I'll put a couple little somethings on it to help, you know, with like water spouts and all that stuff. But, like I said, we're not going to be an all-out, you know, let's want to be universal or some shit like that. That's just not us. That's not me. I don't have that capability or the time. So I generally try to keep it fairly simple, to be honest. That works just about perfect. So right here, as I just mentioned, because I had just thought about it, was going to be the little, I guess, not head chopper moments, but little bridge kind of segments. Little entryway, archways, I guess is a better way to put it. Archway. And mythology. See, that's what I really do like about this thing right here. I can come up on this side and turn angle snap off. There you go. Boom. One, and now we can edit. But see, that's also pretty damn thick. I think it does give us an opportunity, especially at this point coming into the Medusa statue, maybe. That should be good enough. Yeah. But I think coming into the Medusa statue or Medusa area, having these little things kind of pop up, so it gives you that setup of, hey, this is all nice and lovely, and holy Lord, snake-headed lady killed everybody. Thought, you know what I mean? I think it's, well, okay, so it makes sense in my head when I say it. Now, whether it actually makes sense or not, I don't know. That's for y'all to decide. Actually, here's what you do. Let me show you, folks. No, this is not what to do. Never mind. That is bad. Very bad. I guess I could go up one more about there. Let's see. Oh yeah, beautiful. Alright, I have convinced myself. Okay, so let's see what other decorations we need to put on him. Let's see like that's good. No, here we go. Much better now. So I don't want that one yet. That's going to be for the other side over there. How big can I make this? No. Oh, I need to go put some of those stone people down there. That's what I need to do. Oh, damn it. Alright, we're going to come over here with this. Let's check out your size. Alright, not as bad. Not as bad as I thought it could be. And then, let's see. I kind of just want to... that actually does work. Alright. I don't know. I guess that could look regal enough. And plus, this is just a little fleeting thing. Like I said, the main purpose behind this, let's find it. Take this, turn this off. Water. Water from the bottom. Yeah, that's it. Boom. Getting nailed right there. Yeah, this is definitely one of those. You're going to want to put your valuables away for sure. You just got doused right there. Alright, so let me see these other decorations. I need to get something going down here. I think I might want to put in, where's those damn arches? That's what I need to find. And actually, what I can do right here, so So I'm not going to put an archway. Basically right here I'm going to make another scene of destruction, but outside of the cave as you kind of go into it. And then this is where I'm going to put... Boom, that's how you do it. Okay. We are rolling. Flatten that out. Hard edge, release as hard as I can. Okay, so we got that done there. Stone market floor. Folks, I have a semi-idea of what I'm doing right now. It's a small, it's not full-blown known. Like, I don't fully know, but I've got a semi-idea, okay? So I'm saying just bear with me, if you will. Marble. Where's the wall? Side, let's shrink that down. Got that there. Now is going to be the fun part. Separate you out, spin you around. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm not going to let perfect be the enemy of good today. We're going to be setting the scene here. I just got to get this floor panel done. It's not going to be too dramatic, just because I don't want to continually kind of semi-repeat decoration so much. I know when you have a themed area, you're going to have, or a themed ride even, you're going to have repeating decorations, but I just personally don't like that all that much. So on the downside for someone like me who not very good at making my own style, you know, decorations, art shapes, and all that stuff. And you run out of stuff a little quickly, but it's kind of one of those sacrifices I'm willing to make. Alright. There we go. set up right there. So now, I'm going to edit this building, and let's marble. First and foremost, where's my statue, folks? She's frozen. So is this guy. This dude's over here just checking out the situation, you know. Frozen. Stoned. Oh, poor child. God. I'm really just kind of spamming these things around just because that, you know, it actually can. It fills the space a pretty good bit. That's really about it. You know, there's not much more of an excuse than that. That was pretty great. That thing just flipped over on me. Oh, yeah. I do have a line of service on it. I'm just going to keep that running that into the wall. I'm going to just let that chase me around just a little bit. Okay. We've got plenty of those things going on. Let's put some things around. There's one of these arches that looks more broken than that. Nope. No biggie. Angle snap on and up. So all these people have done been attacked. At least that's the idea behind it. Alright. I just wanted to see if those wings things were. I was like, is that really just some wings? Just a little bit of wings, is that's what we're going with? Alright. Alright. Yeah, I'm not too sure. So maybe decorations like this. Because it's one of those, I don't want it to look too just, I guess, plain. If you know what I mean. I don't want it to be standing up or just the concrete ones. For some reason, I feel like the little bronze musical thing just seems fitting. Why? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. No need to be asking me these questions. Just accept it for what it is. Alright. There's that. Let me see. Let's get some of those down and around. Making pretty good pace on this little portion. Now let's check out fire. Flame. Oh my lord. What is this? What? Ooh, just put that right here. Confetti in your face. Alright. Let's get back to it. That's not too shabby. Now what I am going to do... Alright, so let me see. I think... Yeah, it'll be this one. I can keep it on its side like that. But see, if I do it like this, I can keep that blocked off. I don't have to worry about building another side of a temple. And I think that'll actually just work out a lot better. And I'm okay with someone saying, well, that would look too fake. Yeah, it would, because it would be really fake. And I don't think that's such a bad thing in reality. I mean, because first off, I think everybody knows they're not going to go blasting through a shit ton of rock with dynamite just to build a river rapids, okay? Or a shit ton of concrete. I will give you that. They will pour a shit ton of concrete, but they're not going to blast through rock, so you can rest assured they're also not going to be paying for all that damn rock too. Like Jesus, anybody ever try to buy like pebbles and shit for a rock bed? That stuff's expensive. Now you may be asking yourself, why would you want to buy pebbles for a rock bed? You know what? Don't worry about that. Okay? Just let that go. Because it didn't happen. And actually, I think this will work out better needing these rocks in. Because I've been trying to think of how do we just shut down this side of the path, right? Like, obviously I know, okay, use this little fence thing. But what a part of me wants to do is I will shut it down, but I'm not going to use all of that fence thing. I'm going to put a little rock segment coming off all the way down to around there and kind of circle it out to there. It'll be bigger and all that, but I think it'll actually work out pretty good when it's all said and done, is what I'm thinking at least. So, alright, so now that that's taken care of, we need to still get some foliage work in. I don't want to do any foliage around here until I get through building the little wooden bridge and stuff for this. That's the only thing, as I'm trying to avoid doing the foliage here till I get that portion done, because I want it to all kind of fit in right there. Let me just see, if you were to come down here and you're sitting up there, yeah, you're gonna barely see it. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. I am going to try to cover this up as much as possible. I'll probably end up having to use a setup kind of like this over here, just running down on these sides right there. But all right, so now that this portion's done coming in, here we are coming out of the tunnel. Got this rock bed right there. I don't think much needs to be done on this side. However, actually, here's what we are going to do on this side. Focus with me for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so I got this big-ass bull thing. Part of me wants to put it down here. Well, another part wants me to put it up here because this is where we have our centaur thing. Or minotaur. I'm just trying to figure that one out. Line to surface. Oh, that one does go that way? Okay. Alright, let me find... Where'd the other one go? God damn it. There it is. Yeah, it's pretty damn small. If I were to do that, twist that all the way around. I don't think I am going to, but surprisingly enough, it does actually fit just barely. Just barely on that. So no, I'm not going to do that portion. I do want to keep going with another little waterfall segment, because I thought about doing another one here, but you already got soaked, drenched right there. Come down and through, and you come out on this side, and really, I think I might just continue the rocks all the way around, maybe. But at the same time, I like building these little sets. It kind of sticks to similar, just a single point theme, you know. And then you're going to see it coming up here. I can block that off enough, I think. Just that kind of setup. But it's not going to be like the most interactive one, right? So I think what I'm probably going to try and do... Where's that big-ass block? Come on, big-ass block. Where are you at? There it is. Let's go light the surface on. Alright, so I think if I were to do something like this, yeah, it's kind of put together, but not really, until it's been kind of overtaken by time, and I don't know why I'm spinning them, to be honest with you. But just time, and essentially like a Mediterranean type of overgrowth area. Think of it that way. Alright, so there's that. Oh my god. Nature region. Mediterranean and tropical. No, I don't give a shit about rocks. Alright. So if I were to put that there. Whoa, big boy. I'm fine with having those grown up above. Sprouted through the cracks. Alright. There's that. And then why is it always lifting up? That's what I want to know. Alright, let's find something else. There's that. I'm really just trying to create a lot of overgrowth feel to this. Like that's the main purpose behind this. So, why do they have cactus? Oh, so why do they have those cactus of all cactus? Good lord. Tree. Oh Lord, I don't think so. Alright. So there they are. That's what I was looking for. My good old fern trees. You gotta love the ferns. They come through for you. Alright. There's that coming in. And now back to our rock work. Rock work. Where's my flat rock again? Moving it along the outside. And I know, maybe it's not the best look, but I built that kind of mounded up right there anyways for this purpose, is to block it off. So if I can just do that with the rocks too, so be it. It's a little doubly blocked. That's fine by me. Push this thing around. It's going to cross that boundary just barely. That's alright, I can deal with that. That's not too bad, just on the one side. that on in there. Alright, so now we've got this. Anyway, I could probably... Let me see. I'm about to test something here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do that. Let's just say... Yeah, it's going to work till you get to about there. No, I'm not going to deal with it being like that. Thought about it, not going to do it. Just can't pull it off. Can't bring myself to do it, actually, is what it is. Alright. Get that going. Around there. And you're going to come up here. And here's where we got to get a little creative with it. So see, a part of me wants to make this whole scene, God, I hate calling it a scene, but if I can start it here, finish it over here, you know, right where this thing comes up, smashes it, then you come out the exit point. Actually, right there, so this whole top section would basically be kind of like this setup. Might more or less mimic what's down in the cave, actually, just without the Medusa stuff. And that would actually probably look pretty good. I don't want to go too high with it. Right? But yeah, basically, I'll show you what I mean first. Let's go mythology. If I were to put this one, let's just say right here, just like this. Over and over. Boom. I'm gonna put that there. I want it to be close, but I don't want it to be, too close. Catch my drift. Yeah, we're good. Whoa, camera work, people. Camera work. Now move that out just to there. To right there. And bring it on down to. Okay. Good for that portion. And I want to bring this out actually to over here. Didn't grab that one. Damn it, man. But you also got to remember for this one. And as much. That should be good up height. Alright, so if I got that here. Bring this on down. Okay. And then that's all going to be foliage pretty much through here. So once I get this like this, the stream that is. I can't believe it says it's so unstable. It's not that unstable. I don't understand it. Bit rate is at 6,200. I guess wonder if that's just too much. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Either way, gonna get back to building. Okay, so we've got this in. Well, I think what I might do, let me just build this little wall. Actually, that works out pretty damn good. Cheap viewers, no thanks, man. I may not get that many, and my stream may cut out quite a bit throughout the time, but I'm good, dude. I'm good. Alright. So here... So if you're coming up, you put that big-ass bullhead. I could put that right there, and that should be fine. Head. Now I know I got steam somewhere here. Steam rising. Up the nose it goes. Yeah, that works for me. See, that's simple. Plain and simple. Ain't got to be too much, ain't got to be too little. Alright, so now let's come over here. That should be pretty straight. Seems like it is. And this floor. Sealing some of these gaps in. Alright, I'll be damned. It actually came out pretty well. Allows me to squeeze in that last little extra bit. You know what I mean? to stick through just a little bit. That's okay though. I actually don't mind that. That'll just add a little bump onto the rad, you know what I mean? Now we separate this one from the building. Spin this one around. It's all a process, folks. You just got to believe in the process. Alright, now we're gonna go trace it. Made it as far as I could. Convinced myself that it was still good. So now we're gonna go the long way about doing this. Alright. There we go. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Feel free to hop on in the chat. Any advice you want. We're building a river rapids. Doing a lot of mythology theming stuff. Y'all have any ideas out there? Go ahead and pop them on into the chat. We'll get stuff incorporated. Now, these videos are replayed back on YouTube. I do record them myself while I do these streams. And then I will post them to my YouTube channel, which is just Champ and Son. Same thing as this one. So, for those of you who will see this on stream, don't worry, you really don't miss out on that much because not a whole lot of chat happening. I get the standard ones like I mentioned before for cheap viewers and all that stuff, and I guess if you're trying to make a career out of it, it's a way to help get some attention for you, but it ain't a career for me, man. This is just my hobby. I wouldn't want it to be a career. I'll tell you this. I've taken days, I think my wife's gone out of town or something, and I've taken days where I'm like, alright, let me put myself in like YouTube job mentality. Let me see how long I could really carry this on for in a day with. Now, keep in mind, I do all my playing, editing, everything. I mean, you should be able to tell that by how these videos look when edited, but I do all of that stuff myself. That's not, I don't leave that for anybody else to do. That's all on me. So, it's one of those types of situations where I can only do so much at a time. I'm like, my goodness, man. It gets hectic. Yeah, I am having to do this whole floor right now, just kind of like this. Mainly, well, not really a mainly reason. This stuff. So, let me take angle snap off, I guess. That. Let's see how that does. got that in. And yeah, I know I'm going to be filling in below all this stuff. I'm actually going to extend this land out a little further out here so I have more foliage space and all that fun jazz. Okay. Over here, let me do it this way. It'll have to do. Okay, there's that there. Now then, let's see. I will have to get my terrain, bring that out just a little bit more. Not a whole much. I didn't have to go a whole much. I just got to be able to put the down pieces on that. Wall piece, mythology. I guess this is it right here. Alright, so there's that. So, on this side, I'm going to keep those oversized now. Alright, smash, smash, smash. Get reared up and get moving, bruh. Damn. Big enough. Those in. These are jacked up decorations. Fill in the gap I forgot about. man. Alright, 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 baby. Those. And then if there's a blue busted pillar too. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been known to be wrong before. And once again, some fire animatronics. I'm going to actually steam right there. We come with water. From distance. Those in, I got some steam there, I got one waterfall right there. I need to put another waterfall coming out of the cave down below. Alright, so now fire, flamethrower, no thank you. Fire jet, medium. Whoa. Alright. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Nope, no explosion needed. That's alright. I don't mind there being all the fire around. I mean, this really is every single time you run into a mythological beast, you're getting murdered and shit. So, you know, gotta take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? There's that. Oh, my rocks. My rocks. I'm not worried about people seeing the centaur from the ground view, but I do just want to have some form of uniformity going. You know what I mean? what's happening. Plus, we're going to have like I said, I'm going to be putting a bunch of those trees and stuff all right through there. Alright, right now I think I'm just going to follow this rock line. Just go in, go in, go in. Bring it all the way around. Oh my god, sorry for all the camera changes, but it's just one of those things. You gotta kind of do it. That's not what I wanted to do, but alright. Same thing on that one. Not really what I wanted to do, but we'll deal with it later. Yeah, okay. That will work. Yes, I know it's floating. Don't worry. We will take care of that here in a minute. Okay, so now I've got that out. Come back over to my terrain. Alright. So now I've got that portion done. It's pretty much blocked off. I am going to add in just some regular foliage right around there. Just, well, I may go through and put in rocks. I haven't really decided yet. Alright, but one thing I do know I'm going to do is I am going to run this across. One, I think if you have just this little lip while you're sitting there, that thing coming through, you're gonna not really see too much of what's going on up there. So that's kind of my thought behind it, at least. Alright, so there's that in. Yeah, who we kidding? This is probably going to be the best way. Shuffling the rocks along, just to kind of close this area off. I mean, with the scene right there, I don't think that foliage actually does work that well for this portion of it. So, there we go. All right, so that's in there. Now we've actually got most of it pretty much done. Like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about this portion right there. Just, at least not right now, I'm not. This, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. I kind of want to just use the rocks once again, which I think is definitely, a viable option. I truly do. So if I were to take snap to position, align the surface. Alright, so if I were to do that, let me stand this up. It is at just a slight enough angle. That doesn't actually look too bad. I think that's... It is going down slightly. Oh yeah. Whoops. My bad. You will now be a group on your own. Boom. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Boom. And that kind of stuck out. Go. Now this last little segment. Nope. You are now a group, and I will move you over. Alright, so there's that. And I did want to keep this portion open. I'm definitely not covering this up. I really did want to keep this portion open. Same thing here. Now, I think I'm going to have to go back and probably look at doing... Although, let me see, what kind of scenery paint do I have for rocks? Large rough rock. What the hell is this? No, I'm not a fan of that. That's better. I think I don't know if I'm gonna do rock solo. I don't think so. I kind of like that. It still gives me a feeling of burnt rock. If you want to take my lazy way to look at it, that's what I'm gonna say. That's burnt rock. Makes me feel better saying it at least. You. Alright, you can stay. Okay. We got most of that done. And now a lot of the other foliage work I'm going to do on the outside here. That's going to be more relatively simple. A lot of spamming of just trees and bushes and stuff. Here, that's why I said I think I'm going to build a rock wall thing. At least for this portion. Or kind of extend this out to about here. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's quite a conundrum, honestly. I mean, I could just fence that off and leave it be. That's also, I think, a very verifiable option for that. But, until then, let's come back over here to our station and queue line entrance. Right? Let's take a look. Where's my station? Line scenery with station. So this is kind of where I want to explore options, I guess. Mainly just because... Not that one, obviously. I could go with a marble type setup. Okay, so let's just say I do this. It's all on that side. So I do those kind of pillars. Let me get these going up underneath. That's kind of the thing. I'm not sure really how to kind of go about this one. Mainly just because. So I could do the piers and all that stuff like that. But this is a little bit different in the sense of it's not like, oh, we're on a Mediterranean pier. This would be, I don't know now to think about it. It'd be kind of like if you're going on your own little well, I guess epic journey. Once again, prying back into my days of studying the Odyssey and stuff, and Odysseus. That's essentially what I would kind of see this as. So this would be like your home base, your palace of sorts, right here. That's what I'm thinking. So. Let's just say, let's not do plaster. Let me go with the Mediterranean one again. And not mythology. mythology it is. Oh, Jesus. Alright. I don't want it to be too big of a topper on it, so we are going to stick with just the 1 meter. Oh my god. If I were to stick that there. Alright, boom. And then right there. So that's going to be actually, that works out just fine. Alright. But one thing I do need to do. Oh shit. Damn it. Let me try something. Gotta fix this little mess up. Boom. Yeah, that's just how it's going to have to be. I'm not going to go, like I said, too high up with this. As long as I've got my height measured down fine, I can live with that. So I'm just going to cut that flat across there. Like I said, I don't want to do too much with it, right? I don't want it to be... Keep that there. Now then, where is this it? Yeah. Put them all on some fake marble flooring. Oh my god, are y'all serious? Yeah, I guess they are. Like I say, keep in mind, this is all fake marble. So even if this was a real one, a real style part, I truly think you'd be fine going completely fake flooring. I mean, it'd just essentially be glorified concrete is really all it would be. But, you know, hey, it still looks good, is what I would say. Should be my last round doing this. Boom and boom. Alright, so now that we've got that done. Oh yeah. Time for my little fencing project. Okay. Actually, this one isn't actually that bad of a fence for it. I will admit. Let's try that again with my angle snap-on because I need it. The usual, y'all know. You build a station before in Planet Coaster, you know what's going on. Think about that little portion right there, but that's okay. I'll figure that one out in a little bit. My wife is back from getting her nails all did up. Hey, babe.
You're not streaming?
Yeah. So yes, you can be heard, my lady. Ooh. Oh, that feels so good. I love your nails. Let me see. Dang, they are pokey. My lady. You got your fancified nails, huh? Hold on. Hold the phone, everybody. Hold on. All right. Anybody who's married knows that the live stream portion is going to be coming to an end here pretty quick. Just finishing up some of this stuff. I mean, shit, I think I've been on for an hour and a half so far today. I can safely say we got a lot done. I'm really proud of what we did get done. I was hoping maybe I could have gotten finished, but man, there is still so much left to do. You know, I do think this ride is really coming along. At least its more ride decorating portion is actually done. Well, not all the way, but for the most part. So a lot of the decorating that we got to do on this thing for the remainder is going to be to kind of just hide it from, you know, the point of view from people walking by. I got to build that little bridge thing going over that way. But so yeah, so that's all this foliage is for. Is going to be to kind of hide the view from that, and so that way we won't even see these people standing up there while we're looking. Same thing over here on this side. That's pretty much all that it really is going to be for, is sitting here and, you know, blocking the view. So once again, you get a small little hint of it, but there is going to be foliage work in here as well. So it's one of those things. The best way to see it, you're going to have to come up in through the queue line, and this will give you this little portion of it. I thought about blocking it off or trying to, and it doesn't feel right to do it. I mean, it's a river rapids, right? You're going to see part of it while you're standing in the queue, so that's kind of what I was looking at on it. As you come around, and even then, once you get up to here, you'll have a really good bird's eye view of that portion and coming down through this segment. So got a lot of that stuff done here in this one, as far as getting these things put together for this ride. So next week we'll get edge closer. Okay, we will edge closer. Can't say we'll get it done, but I'm gonna give it my damnedest. Some of this stuff right here off camera I'll probably end up doing, you know, but I'm not gonna finish the queue line or anything like that until next week on the live stream, and then we'll finish a lot of the foliage work kind of coming around here. But I'm gonna definitely get a lot of stuff, space filler foliage, done off camera in between now and then. So guys, I will be on next week. I don't know about tomorrow. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I will definitely be on next Saturday, give or take. Maybe Sunday. Next weekend, I'll be back on streaming, and we'll go over what I did off screen, but we'll also be sure to kind of try to get a lot of the work done as far as getting this queue line finished up, and a lot of the foliage on the outside to kind of hide stuff. But we will be getting that done in the next week's segment. So everybody, I'm gonna hop off and let y'all go till then. As always, everybody, you know, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes, right? Later, y'all.